Hello, everyone. Today, I have an amazing story for you. It's not just for your listening practice, but also to inspire you. The story is called Nothing is Free, and it will show you that hard work and determination can change lives. There was a young man named Ryan, 20 years old, living in a small, peaceful village surrounded by hills. Ryan had big dreams. He wanted to own a chain of cafes and become a successful entrepreneur. But life wasn't easy for him. Ryan's family was struggling financially. His father, Daniel, was a carpenter, and his mother, Emma, worked as a tailor to make ends meet. Ryan's younger brother, Lucas, was just 10 and looked up to him as his hero. One chilly evening, Ryan sat outside his small home, staring at the moon. He whispered to himself, "I want to give my family a better life, but how do I begin when we barely have enough to get through tomorrow?" Ryan shared his dreams with his father. Daniel sighed and said, "Ryan, dreams are not free. If you want something, you must fight for it. Start with what you have, even if it's very small." Ryan thought deeply about his father's words. Then an idea came to his mind. He noticed that in his village, people loved hot tea and snacks, but had to travel far to buy them. He decided to start selling fresh tea locally. But there was a problem. Ryan had no money to buy supplies. He decided to take a chance and approach a tea shop owner, Mr. Wilson. Ryan walked miles to meet Mr. Wilson, a strict old man who trusted very few people. With confidence, Ryan said, "Mr. Wilson, I want to sell your tea in my village, but I don't have money to pay you in advance. Can you trust me for 1 week? I will sell the tea, return your money, and keep a small profit." Mr. Wilson raised his eyebrow and said, "Why should I trust you, young man?" Ryan replied calmly, "Because I am determined, and I will work hard to prove myself." After a long silence, Mr. Wilson said, "Fine, I'll give you tea supplies for 1 week. If you fail to pay me back, don't return here again." Ryan felt excited. Early the next morning, he carried the tea containers back to his village and set up a small table near the bus stop. He greeted everyone with energy and a smile, saying, "Hot tea, fresh and refreshing." At first, people were unsure. They didn't know how the tea would taste. But Ryan offered free samples and soon got his first customer. By the end of the day, he had sold everything and earned a small profit. That night, he returned to Mr. Wilson and paid him back. The old man nodded and said, "You kept your promise. Come again tomorrow." From that day, Ryan worked tirelessly. He woke up at 4 a.m., walked to the tea shop, carried supplies back, and sold with passion. After 2 months, he saved enough money to buy a small cart, making it easier to carry more items. One day, a customer said, "Ryan, why don't you prepare your own tea? You'll earn more if you do this." This idea excited Ryan, but also scared him. He had never made tea professionally before. This was the moment Ryan realized nothing is free, not success, not skills, not growth. If I want to succeed, I must learn and take risks. Ryan couldn't stop thinking about making his own tea. If he learned, he wouldn't depend on Mr. Wilson and his income would grow. But one big problem remained. He didn't know how to prepare it. Ryan decided to ask Mr. Wilson for guidance. The next morning, after paying him, Ryan said, "Mr. Wilson, can you teach me how to make tea?" The old man frowned and said, "Why should I teach you? If you start your own business, you won't buy from me anymore." Ryan replied respectfully, "You're right, but I will never forget the man who trusted me first. If I succeed, I'll make sure your shop benefits too." Mr. Wilson thought for a moment, then said, "Okay, but learning isn't easy. It needs time, patience, and effort. If you're ready, I'll teach you." The lessons started early. The next morning, Ryan arrived at the shop at 3 a.m. before sunrise. Mr. Wilson showed him how to boil water, mix ingredients, and prepare perfect tea. At first, Ryan struggled. His hands burned, and the taste wasn't right, sometimes too weak, sometimes too strong. One evening, after failing again, Ryan sat quietly and said, "Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I should quit." But then he remembered his father's words, "Dreams are not free." He understood that every mistake was a lesson. Quitting was not an option. The next day, Ryan returned with stronger determination. He practiced every step carefully. Slowly, his tea improved. After 2 weeks, Mr. Wilson tasted it and said, "This is excellent, Ryan. You're ready." Ryan felt proud. He bought a small stove and started preparing tea at home. His family supported him. Lucas handled customers and Emma managed accounts. But Ryan knew this was only the beginning. He wanted to do more and prove that effort creates destiny. Ryan's tea corner became a favorite place in the village. People gathered there daily. Business grew, and his family felt proud. But life tested him again. One stormy night, while closing the shop, Ryan smelled smoke inside. He rushed in and saw fire near the stove. He quickly controlled it, but much equipment was damaged. Next morning, villagers gathered. Some said, "Oh no, what will Ryan do?" Others whispered, "Maybe it's over." Ryan felt broken, but not defeated. He stood outside and said, "This is another test. I've faced worse before, and I won't quit." He calculated his savings and realized it wasn't enough. Fear came back, but Ryan remembered his journey, starting from nothing. Instead of waiting, Ryan asked for advice. He met Mr. Wilson, who had retired, and said, "Sir, what should I do now?" Mr. Wilson smiled and said, "Ryan, you already know. Nothing is free. Work harder, believe in yourself, and others will too." Inspired, Ryan started again from home with limited tools. He told customers, "I may be slow, but I won't stop." Villagers admired his honesty. Many helped. Some gave supplies, others small money. Some offered labor. Ryan learned when you help yourself, people come forward. After months of effort, Ryan reopened his shop better than before. New colors, new items, and better service. Villagers celebrated the reopening. The village leader came and said, "Ryan, you are an example of determination." Ryan thanked everyone and said, "Nothing in life is free, not success, not respect, not dreams. Everything must be earned through effort, patience, and consistency. Never let failure stop you. Challenges lead to growth." Ryan's shop became more than a business. It became hope. His story reminds us dreams cost effort, failure teaches strength, and persistence creates success. Remember, nothing is free, but everything is possible.